What's going on, gang? Welcome back to another video on the channel with your boy Compa Reyes. How you guys doing? Welcome. Just getting off work, you guys. I'm here heading home right now. Well, not home. I'm going to the bank and withdrawing some money. But I'm over here reminiscing, guys, back from my childhood. I'm out back in the day, growing up when I was a little youngster. Let me know down in the comments if you guys remember back in the day, if you guys had a toy or a video game. Do you remember that one toy or game that you loved as a kid? One that you couldn't put down. Let me tell you about mine, guys. I used to have a friend of mine, guys, back in the day, back in, I want to say 1990. I laugh because every time I tell my kids, back in 1999, they're like, you're an old person. I guess to them it seems like a long time ago. But back in like the 1995, 1996, I had a friend, guys. We used to live in apartments back in when I was in California. And I had a really good friend of mine. His name was John. Well, John, I don't even know how I met him. I don't know if it was just through the apartments or through school. But he did go through to my school. But I don't know if I met him at school or at the apartments, just going to the playground. Um, I really don't know how I met him. But he didn't live too far from the apartments that we were living. And dude, he had always the newest console, the newest stuff just at his house, bro. He always did. I didn't. I'd always, after I met him, he had, what was it, the N64. He had the N64, and when I met him, I'd always go to his house. I remember like every day after school, I remember I'd go over to his house, and dude, we would play N64 like crazy. We had that one game, a wrestling game. I forgot, it was like NWO or SmackDown, and I can't remember the video game, but it was a wrestling game on the Nintendo 64 console. And him and his brother and I and his other next door neighbor, we would always play. We were just that console. I don't even know what year it came out. It was probably like it had to be like late 90s, somewhere around that kid, like 96, 97, probably 98, 97, probably. So it was probably like around that time when I was going over his house and playing on the N64. But dude, I had and then my other family members, they had the N64. I never had the console. So the first time I ever saw it was at my friend's house, John, and that's where I started playing. And then a little bit later, some of my family members, cousins of mine, ended up having it. So they would always play 007 GoldenEye. I don't know if you guys remember that. That's whenever local multiplayer was. I think it started off with GoldenEye. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I remember my cousins always playing local multiplayer on that console, and you could do a bunch of cheats on it, big heads, just the missions. It was like a ton of missions, and then you do like shooting each other. Like, nowadays now it's all online, but back in the day, and if you had that game, you were set, and you had a couple of friends come over, you were set. But that N64, I think I bought it. Well, my dad bought it for me in Christmas of whenever it came out. I think that Christmas, like around Christmas time, he bought it for me because I ended up. My dad ended up taking me to where did I get it at? Kmart, big Kmart, Kmart. Wasn't there another one called, or was it Big Kmart or Kmart? I can't remember no more. It might have been Kmart. I remember he took me there, and he got me the console, but I remember he didn't get me no games. So I ended up going to my buddy's house, John, and that's where he let me borrow some of his games, and that was like the best because I used to also have a Super NES, but I think after that one I jumped to the N64, and I had Pokemon Snap. I think after that I bought the Pokemon Snap or Pokemon Stadium, one of those two. I think no, Pokemon Stadium, because you were fighting with Pokemon, so it was because Snap was taking pictures of Pokemon. No, I didn't get that one. I got the Pokemon Stadium where you were fighting Pokemon, which that was pretty cool too. But yeah, that was like my childhood. I'm over here reminiscing, guys, just thinking about back in the mid '90s to late '90s, playing N64 with my friend and his neighbor. We would also watch. I think he put me on to wrestling as well. Like I told you guys, we were playing NWO. on the N64. I don't even know if that was the name of that game, NWO or SmackDown or something. But he put me on the wrestling too. I didn't even know about wrestling until you know, I was real good friends with John. He's like, "Oh, you don't watch SmackDown, this and that," and then like Monday Night Raw. I'm like, "What?" And then he got me hooked onto wrestling as well. But yeah, guys, N64. Those were the days for me. Super NES. Well, I had an NES as well. NES, Super NES, N64, Sega Dreamcast. And then for the N64, I think I jumped to a Sega Dreamcast. And then from there, I think it was a PlayStation 2. Or PlayStation 2, then Sega Dreamcast. I don't know which one came first, but I remember having those consoles. And then from there, I went to the PlayStation 2. Then from there, Xbox, the original Xbox. And then 360 was pretty dope. But yeah, guys, I had those consoles, but the one that stood out the most to me was the N64, because like I told you guys, I would play with my friend John and his brother and his neighbor. I forgot his neighbor's name, but he was a little bit older than us. And dude, I had a blast. I would go every day to his house. I'd go upstairs, play games all freaking afternoon after school. The good old days, guys. And then when we were playing, he had the NWO. When we were playing with his brother and my friend John, I remember we would beat up his little brother all the time in the game. Dude, I feel bad nowadays, but it was funny at the moment. He was like, I think we were, how old were we? But I remember his brother was like 2 or 3 younger than us. Maybe even younger. He could have been 7. I don't know. But he was younger. And me and my friend John would beat up his brother on the game. Dude, we'll make him cry. Not me. But his brother and I would make him cry, just beat up his character, pin him down, and his brother start crying and start having a fit, attacking his brother and attacking me. But man, those were some memories right there, guys. And I haven't talked to John in a long time, guys. Like, I moved out of California back in 05, and prior to that, I think last time I saw him was high school, like freshman, junior year. Last time I saw John, and I haven't talked to him since. But I recently found him on Facebook, and I chopped it up with him. And bro, we look way different. Like I don't know what he looked like now, but whenever I saw his Facebook picture, I'm like, dang, he changed. He still looks the same, but we're all grown up now, guys. Crazy. Let me pull into this ATM and grab some money real quick, you guys. There's a car right in front of us, so we're waiting. Yeah, so I don't really know what happened. I don't really know what happened to those consoles. I really don't know. After moving, and I don't know if my parents threw them away or what. I remember having those consoles, and yeah, I really don't know what happened to them. I think my parents, after we moved from one house to another, I think they might have thrown them away, or I lost interest. So I don't know. I don't really know what they did with them. I remember at one point I had the consoles, but I would lose like the cables, so I would just have the console, and it would just be stored in a closet somewhere in the house. So I think that's what happened. Either I lost the cables or I lost the controllers, and then my parents, I guess, they just saw it sitting there, so I guess I must have just thrown it away. Yeah, guys, but that console will always be my favorite console, the N64. My favorite console for the N64, a childhood memory, the N64, you guys. Especially that 007 GoldenEye and NWO wrestling. What was one of your guys' favorite toy growing up as a little youngster, or game or console, or books, or whatever hobby you guys liked back in the day? Let me know. Or collecting Pokemon cards, Game Boys, whatever. Let me know. Let me know down in the comments. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure a lot of you had the same console as I did, so let me know down in the comments down below. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys still have that console as well, the N64. But with that being said, guys, I just want to come out here and just, talk a little bit and let you guys know what I was reminiscing about today. But with that being said, I'm signing off here from the state of Texas, you guys. I'm about to go pick up the kiddos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Compa Rey is out. Salute to everybody. Later on, guys. Ciao.